Now, I have several videos on things to play at parties or guitar stores or campfires, but if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I rarely do any of those things myself. I can't remember the last party that I was invited to. But my greatest joy, the thing I love to do, is just to sit on the couch and play something cool. And I think for most of my students it's the same. They want to be able to just sit on the couch, pick up the guitar and play something that sounds nice, something that sounds expressive. Now, what do you play? Well, you could play anything that you like. You could play your favourite songs, you could play a couple of riffs that you've been working on. But what I love to do and what I love to teach, and this is where the juice is how to play something new. Play something expressive. Now, how do you do that? Well, I've got several devices that I use to teach my students this, but today I'm going to share with you one of my absolute favourites because it's super simple and it sounds awesome. So, let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the device and then I'm going to show you a little chord progression that I use using this that you can also use, and I'm going to show you a few different licks that you can use to bring it all together. Now the device we're going to use is using all the chords in E major, but we're going to play them as triads and using the open strings. Alright, that might sound complicated, but basically it just looks like this. Alright, so we've got two shapes we need to be able to use here, right? We've got the E major shape, we keep our index finger free, we start with our middle finger. And then we've got the minor shape, so we take the two fingers here up to the 4th fret and put our index finger on the G, like that. So that's major, minor shape, major shape, minor shape. Now we're going to take that shape, we're going to move it up to 4 and 6. Then we've got to take the major shape, the E shape, on 6 and 7. The same on 8 and 9. Minor shape, 9 and 11. The same on 11 and 13. And then we're back to the E shape, the octave here. The E chord on the 13th and 14th. So again, nice and slow. So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major. Alright? Lots of cool stuff that you can do using that chord progression. But I'm going to show you something that I love to use, alright? This is inspired by John Mayer, which is taking 3 chords out of that. We're going to take the C sharp minor, the A and the E. Okay, so that's just 9 and 11 up here, the minor shape up here. And then we're going to take the E major shape, but that's the E chord actually, confusing. 6th and 7th fret, and then back to the E chord here. We're just going to do this. Alright, a little bonus tip here, you actually, if you play behind the sound hole, you'll get that extra lush sound with the guitar, alright? And if you're loving the sound that you're getting from the guitar right now, do me a favour and like the video and subscribe if you haven't already to catch more stuff like this every week. Anyways, here we have, right, C sharp minor, A, and an E. Now the next thing we're going to do, right, that's easy enough, alright, but we can get a different tonal quality by playing those chords a little differently, alright? Now I'm going to show you 3 other ways, or one other way of playing these 3 chords using open strings. We're going to put our index finger here on 4, and our fingers on our third and our pinky on 6 and the D and G, and again play all the chords here. We're basically playing a C sharp power chord really, and then this is lovely. Alright, we've got the A here, 5, 6 and 7, again playing all the strings here from the B, and then we've got this lovely E chord here. We've got 4 in the G, 5 in the B, 6 in the D. It's great to get to know this little triad shape. Okay, so far, C sharp minor, A and E, 2, 3, 4, C sharp minor, A, E, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we're going to add in some spicy E major pentatonic licks now that sound like this. So, what I did here when I got to E, alright, this is just using pentatonic here from 2, slide up to 4 on the A string, 2 hammer on to 4 on the D, and then slide up to 6. That allows me to get my finger on the C sharp there on the 4th fret, and then I can come right into that chord. And then A, the E chord here. Now again, my fingers are strategically placed right here on 4 and 5 on the G and B, which means I can use this little double stop, little Hendrix style double stop here from 4 and 6 to 5 on the G, then off again, and then from 6 to 4 on the D, 2 on the D, and then 4 on the A. So again. Okay, now, lying here, right, I'm going to use a couple of other chords just to finish this off from that device. So I'm going to put my pinky then on 4 on the 6 of the 4th fret, put my index finger here, back to this minor shape here, the F sharp, minor, 2 and 4, and then climb up again, 4 and 6, the A here on 6 and 7, then the B on 8 and 9,